Well, hello everybody and welcome to a very special edition of the Box Seat this week. Just myself, because we've had Greg O'Connor out and about today at the Cup trials where there was many stars out in force. We'll be catching up with Greg a wee bit later on to see how some of the favourites fared in the barrier draws as well for the Renwick Farms Dominion as well as the IRT New Zealand Trotting Cup, which were conducted just after lunchtime today. And it's fair to say there's some interesting scenarios about to unfold come Tuesday. Greg has also caught up with a few of the connections post some of the trials today to give you the latest insights so you can make some smart decisions as we look to play into IRT New Zealand Trotting Cup Day next Tuesday. Before we get there though, we're going to take a quick look back and recap on what was a stunning day out of Kaikoura, one of my favourite places, and I'm sure that many people would definitely agree with the 2 days up there. Fields were light in some of the races, but the Kaikoura Cup definitely the highlight. It was taken out in the end by Mohunga for Robbie Close and Regan Todd, and with the victory he has made his way into the top 15 for the IRT New Zealand Trotting Cup. We'll start things off with one of the most important things in the race, and that was the start. And if we go back to the beginning of the race, you'll see Better Eclipse out of barrier number 2. He goes to lunge at the tapes the first time, and then he's had to stop. And once the tapes went, he's come away in a gallop, and it was a bad gallop as well, which meant that he made his job all too hard to be winning the race. Once he settles, he's too far back. Mohunga began fast, ended up handing to American Me, and then at the top of the straight, it was virtually game over with the son of Better's Delight getting up the passing lane. Tack McLeod maybe had his chance to battle on a wee bit better. Kango gone a long way out from home after leaving Wag Star out 3 wide. Excellent run from Wag Star, and there's Better Eclipse getting home stylishly wide out. But it was all honours in the Kaikoura Cup to Robbie Close and winning trainer Regan Todd.
Quite remarkable his improvement in the last month.
Yeah, it's just worked out perfect really, Greg, but we weren't real keen on it to be fair, but the way he won at Kaikoura, he deserves a shot at it, and he's pulled up super.
He's come up with a good front row draw, a draw that he should be able to capitalise on.
Yeah, it's pretty big occasion in it with the national anthem and all that, so as long as he's settled at the start and pings away, if he get on the fence, it'll be ideal for him.
What about for you as a young trainer trying to make your mark and get horses to the top level, having this guy in the IRT New Zealand Cup pretty much franks what you've been trying to do?
Yeah, 100%. Like we sort of cut back the numbers and try to get a bit more quality, and it's worked out great, and have a share in them just a bonus.
Your mate, Robbie Close, you've been together for a long time, you've been associated with him for a long time. How special will it be when you hand the reins to him on Tuesday and let him do his thing?
Yeah, that's the thing. There's going to be no pressure, especially with all the big guns in there, so he's just got to embrace it and enjoy it, really.
What do you do with him between now and then, Regan?
He's pretty well, so he's just going to have a couple quiet days and have a couple hobble runs. Nothing too serious after that run on Monday, so just keeping him happy and healthy, really.
What's it mean for the Todd family who have been in this game all your lives?
Yeah, they'll be pretty happy. We'll have a few followers down south, so yeah, the TVs will be on. Mum and Dad, they've got a few rallies round at home this year, so they'll be screaming at the telly.
Well, he's forced his way into the New Zealand Cup off the back of Kaikoura.
Oh yeah, he's gone super. His manners were great there, and hopefully they are even better on Tuesday.
Let's talk about what he did on Monday, because he looked enormous in the parade, and he's very much come on in the last couple of weeks, hasn't he? And he just showed, I suppose, a professionalism that we haven't quite seen that often from him.
Yeah, definitely. This time when Regan's had him, he's every time you drive him at the races, he's got better as a racehorse, more relaxed in the running, and his attitude's changed, and we can't wait till Tuesday.
You've got an inside front row draw, which should be to your advantage, because when he hits his hobbles, he can hit them very quickly.
Oh, he's probably one of the quickest standing start horses in the country, but hey, you got to hit it first, and we'll be praying to do that.
This will be your third drive in the great race. Nerves will be there. They'll be there for Regan as well, but how cool to share this moment with your great mate.
Oh yeah, he's done immense things for me, and I can't thank him enough, and especially the other owners, But hey, we'll be excited to be there and just enjoy it and try to keep it as relaxed as we can.
Well, the White Morth South Bay Trotters Cup once again this year was taken out by Mystic Max. It was a pretty simple watch in the end. He stepped away well, he had the respect, he found the top and kicked away at the top of the straight. Mighty Logan up on his outside. Look, I don't think Mighty Logan was entirely comfortable around the track. He's a big, long, striding horse. He's had to race in the open from the 1,300 metres. He's drawn the outside of the front in the Dominion come Tuesday, but Mystic Max just had enough in the locker. Couple of good runs in behind. Two of the new kids on the block, I guess. Gold Bullion and Massier both sticking on well, and an honest enough effort from Midnight Dash, but they were no match in the end for Mystic Max, making it 2 South Bay Trotters Cups.
Well, Michael, congratulations. Mystic Max, he's done it again, and he's done it on his ear.
Yeah, he has done. He did that a lot more comfortable than I thought he would, but in saying that, you know, he's probably aided by a couple of good chances there making mistakes.
Yeah, handling the bends, it was crucial for some of those other horses, but this guy, he was travelling, he handled the bends, he looked right fit today, and you must have been confident the whole way around.
Yeah, I wasn't overly confident to start with, but like I say, you know, when 1 overall and Artie by the Hall made mistakes, you know, that certainly boosted the confidence a bit, yeah.
Blair, talk me through this. He was looking right fit today, and he was travelling fantastic.
Yeah, he travelled good the whole way. He had a private hit out at Addington on Thursday, and they said he worked really nice. And you know, he got the start good today, and pressed on in the front, and yeah, travelled so good. And just down the back the first time, he put a couple of steps in, but after that, he wasn't too bad.
Yeah, this breed, it's a lovely breed. We don't see too many village mystics in this country, but Michael's had great confidence.
Yeah, no, Mickey's done a great job with this horse, and yeah, him and Alison, they treat it like a baby. So yeah, it's great for Michael to get a race like this again.
And you've gone back to back as well. Congratulations, well done.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, it was a great purchase from Michael Purdon, bought for $9,500 off Gavel House by a sire that we didn't know much about at the time, Village Mystic, but hasn't he done a grand job, and well and truly secures his spot in the Dominion come Tuesday. Well, it was an exciting finish to the sales pace that everybody knows it as, the NZB Standardbred Yearling Sales Pace of 2024. And this time around, it was Wish Me Luck. We'll have a look at the start of the race, though, because Zachary Butcher was about as lucky as you can get. You see Rikiro Rocket galloping, goes sideways, they lock wheels. Zachary all but gets tipped out. Rikiro Rocket settles back, ends up going around the field and finishing into third position. And if we take you to the top of the straight, by this point, Wish Me Luck had a good lead. You'd be thinking with Leicester, with his speed to come off his back, may have been able to pick him up, but they ran 55.9 and 27.8 on the way home. Rikiro Rocket, very gallant. He's still a big dummy. He comes up with barrier 1 in a very good race on IRT New Zealand Trotting Cup Day. And sooner the better, wide out, sort of flattering to deceive a little bit. Heisenberg super off the 20 metres, but Wish Me Luck, the son of Vincent, he just keeps on winning for Team Hayden Cullen.
Joined by Hayden Cullen, I tell you what, the son of Vincent out of I'm So Lucky was having his first standing start today, Hayden, so he had to get through that melee with a couple of bobbling steps and then led, then had to call on all of his talents and pick himself up off the canvas.
Oh, he did, Mark. You know, look, he's just a very genuine horse. He's first stand start, like you said, today, and he didn't get it correct, but, you know, he got himself back off the canvas and, you know, he got the job done.
Yeah, talk us through at the top of the straight. You're watching up on the hill. Blair had to call on him to use his talents, and he did pick himself up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we watched it halfway at the straight there, and it looked like the inside horse had the better on him. But you know, he's a horse that never gives up, and like I said, he's very genuine.
Blair, congratulations to you. Tell you what, there was plenty of drama at the start. He was having his first standing start, but you were able to settle him and then get into a decent spot. Talk us through the run.
Yeah, he actually sort of spooked at the barrier when it went and jumped sideways a bit, but you know, he got his rhythm pretty good, and I did hear the tangle up, and unfortunately sooner the better, so yeah, we got a bit of luck that way, but you know, this guy really dug deep, and I thought Kimberley was going to slingshot me up the inside, but to the horse's credit, he really tried to the line and didn't want to get beat, so it's a good effort.
Gee, Hayden and Amanda Cullen, what a role they're on at the moment.
Yeah, they're a fantastic training couple, and you know, no stones left unturned with them, and you know, they really treat the animal with great pride, and yeah, they're going to be superstar trainers later on, and well, in the future for sure, and you know, it's just a privilege to drive for them.
Congratulations, Blair, well done.
Cheers, mate.
As I said on Trackside on Sunday, the only bad thing about going to Kaikoura is really having to leave the place and having to wait another year to get back there. But once again, a magical day put on by the club, who were incredibly hospitable to us all. I know that Greg enjoyed himself a wee bit of crayfish along the way as well, and wasn't it great to have the whale back at his hometown in Kaikoura. Well, as promised, we did have all of the action today from the Addington Raceway, the IRT New Zealand Trotting Cup barrier draw, as well as the Renwick Farms Dominion barrier draw. And there to get all of the action for us was Greg O'Connor.
Barrier draws just completed for the two big Group 1 3,200 metre events. Yes, the first time on Cup Day we will have the Renwick Farms Dominion and of course the IRT New Zealand Trotting Cup. Let's start with the Dominion, the 117th running of this great race, and the barrier draw. What's it throwing up for you? Well, Just Believe has come up with an front row draw rather from barrier 2. He hasn't had a lot of standing start experience, and there's a bit of speed out wide. The likes of Love in the Port might be able to make an early move, but in terms of those others that haven't perhaps come up with the right barrier draws, the newcomer, the winner of the Flying Stakes at Ashburton in the form of Bet and Win, he's come up with a wide second row draw, but it's only a barrier draw after all, and nobody cares about that post the race. The other barrier draw winners and losers, Mystic Max has come up with a beautiful draw, the two-time now Kaikoura feature trot, the South Bay Trotting Cup winner. Now to be joined by Stacey White, who of course co-trains along with her husband David. It's been a great build-up for you guys. What did you initially think when you came up with saddlecloth number 16?
To be honest, Greg, it wasn't ideal. We were hoping for a frontline draw. We didn't really mind where on the front row, just because he does seem to be able to step very quickly from the front row, and we were hoping we might have had a chance of getting in front of Just Believe, because obviously, you know, you want that advantage to be in front, so that sort of changes things a little bit there. But as Glenys Kennard says, it's only a starting point and it's only a bad draw after the race.
Yeah, so absolutely it is. He has been very good since Ashburton, I understand.
Yes, trained on super, couldn't be happier with him, so yeah, we're very excited just to be there and have our shot. All
right, what do you do with him between now and then? Because this is all new for the horse, but also for you guys, particularly at Group 1 level. Yeah,
for sure. David's very good at setting programs for him. He's done a super job, obviously, with him up until now. So he had a really good hit out at home on Monday, and now he'll just sort of ease back off him, tick over, still have some good runs at home. He sort of does a mixture of right, left-handed, and also down the straight track. So we utilise all of the facilities there at Stonewall Stud, so he'll do a mixture of that, and then obviously here. So yeah, everything crossed that we are here 100% and can go a really good race.
I mean, everything he does this year surely is a bonus, because he's only in his infancy in terms of his career, and he's only a 4-year-old.
Absolutely, and he's only had, 16 starts now? So, I mean, you look at most of those other horses in the race and they've had a lot more experience than he has. So, yeah, it's just a pleasure to have a horse like him. We're very proud of him, very lucky to have the supporters and the owners that we do in him, and yeah, hopefully we've got a big future ahead of us, and this is just a starting point.
Yep, and you won't need to give old Bloody Good too many driving instructions, Bobby B, will you? He knows how to point him in the right direction.
No, and I said to somebody after the draw, I said, if there's one person who won't be too worried about the draw, it'll be Bob Butt, because he doesn't get worried about much. So at least we know we've got someone cool, calm and collected behind him, so when we hand those reins over next Tuesday, we know we've got a good person for the job.
Good luck in the build-up.
Thanks so much, Greg.
All right, great to catch up with Stacey White there, her and her husband David, of course, with this very good trotter in Bet and Win. OK, on to the IRT New Zealand Trotting Cup barrier draw. Most interest was around the Australians. The defending champion, Swayze, similar barrier draw to last year. He'll have to come off the second row once the ballots come out. And, of course, Leap to Fame comes up with barrier number 11 or saddlecloth 11. If the 3 ballots do come out of the IRT New Zealand Cup, he will start wide out on the front row alongside Merlin, who looks to have come up with an excellent barrier draw, and his arch rival for so many races as 3-year-olds are now into their 4-year-old career and don't stop dreaming. The horse they call Darcy. Brooke Wilkins is joining us from Purdon Racing. Brooke, when the barrier 5 was the number that came up, I think you'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, no, we were pretty happy when number 5 come out. he's drawn inside a few of the better ones, so that'll help him.
All right, how's his preparation been? I know he obviously hasn't come here for a cup trial, so off the back of Ashburton, where he was superb, both in looks and to the clock, how's he been at home?
Yeah, he's been super at home. We couldn't fault him. He's going to come in here tomorrow to have just a private workout, and that'll top him off going into Tuesday.
He had some issues at the start of this campaign, feet mainly, and getting on top of those. What's Nathan and Mark talking about round the stables? Are they as happy as they could possibly be with him?
Yeah, I think so. Kerry, our farrier, he's done a superb job with him, and we'd be lost without him. So, I think they're very happy with him going into Tuesday.
All right, on to Oscar Bonavina, who does go round in the Dominion. He's the defending champion. He'll have to come up with a pretty good performance because he's got a back row draw.
Yeah, when I first saw 14, I didn't think it was going to be ideal, but I think, looking back on it now, he's going to follow out Just Believe, and there's plenty of speed off the front line, so if they go hard early, maybe he can come over the top of them.
All right, you've obviously got that Aussie twang to your vocabulary there. What does the New Zealand Cup mean to you, and how cool is it to be associated with such a great stable who have an incredible record on this day?
Yeah, well, it was my first time at the New Zealand Cup last year, and sort of got to lead out of Kaikoura, and it was just unbelievable atmosphere, and I'm looking forward to it again this year.
All right, appreciate you stopping by. Good luck with Team Purdon.
Thank you.
Brooke Wilkins there talking to us about the chances of Purdon Racing, who don't have numerically the numbers they've had in the past, but they've got some absolute firepower. Up against them will be another Purdon, his name Barry. I've got Scott Phelan joining me now, though. Scott, thanks so much for your time. You've been down here for a couple of weeks now. Team settled in really well, and obviously Merlin heads your team up for the Cup alongside Mark Shard. How is he?
Yeah, look, he's really good. He's come through his Ashburton run really well. His work's been good, and looking forward to Tuesday.
Barrier draw-wise, Mark Shard's second row, probably not as big a hindrance as what it could have been, but a big plus for Merlin drawing where he has.
Yeah, look, I said to Barry last night, you better draw a front row, because you want to be there and there's nothing in front of you. You don't have to rely on anyone else. So, he's drawn good. I'm happy with the draw, and, hopefully he steps away and we'll be right in it.
In fact, if the ballots come out, then Mark Shard will come into the front row, so that wouldn't be the worst. Is he just been down on his absolute best?
Yeah, well, he probably is. He's getting on a bit now, and I know he showed that great form in the autumn. But look, the younger fellas, they're sort of taking its toll on probably on his legs. And look, if he run top 5, would be wrapped.
Just back to Merlin and that draw where he's lines up alongside Leap to Fame. It's going to be awesome to watch that first couple of 100 metres. In his short time in the stands, and obviously he's won 2 of them now, does he hit them pretty quickly? Is he getting better at it, and is he that sort of horse that he will pick it up?
Yeah, look, generally he does. Look, he's a really sensible horse, and so far he's been good. He can begin quite quickly. So, let's hope he brings his A game Tuesday.
All right, well, we appreciate everything you've done so far media-wise. Wish you all the best with the 2 big bangers, along with your other horses. Sooner the better, gone to the junior free-for-all, I understand. So, all the best to you and Barry, and let's hope you can bring the cup home for Barry, which has been a few decades now since the last one.
Yeah, no, not wrong. No. Hope everything goes well.
All right, thanks very much. Scott Phelan there, doing a magic job with he and Barry Purdon's team, and they have a 2-pronged attack, of course, for the IRT New Zealand Trotting Cup.
Thank you, Greg. Great to get that insight. Greg will be along a wee bit later on as well with some of the post-match interviews after some of the trials there with the Stars heading toward IRT New Zealand Trotting Cup Day next Tuesday. And between now and then, we'll of course have the IRT New Zealand Trotting Cup function on Sunday night. And don't miss the box seat 90-minute special of the Cup preview. That comes to us on Monday at 1:30. 90 minutes, there'll be a few of us there chewing the fat, trying to find a winner or two come Tuesday. Stay with us here on this box seat special. After this, we'll be taking a look at some of the trials today from Addington.
We are a lucky country. The Black Caps of the Basin. Team New Zealand on the Hauraki Golf. The All Blacks at Eden Park. But a week in the dust at Addington,
that takes some beating.
Grab your partners, folks. It's time for the big dance.
A day for us, a race for everyone, and a cup for the taking.
They're racing. The New Zealand Cup begins.
I drive down the road from here, and let me tell you, the second Tuesday in November is a day like no other. An action-packed collision of chaos, colour and fury.
What a thrilling race.
For more than a century, we've witnessed the epic feats of champions. Moments that made us hold our breath.
Terra to Love, he's 15 lengths behind the field.
And comebacks that took our breath away.
It is still Terra to Love. He's going to do it. It is the greatest cup win of all time.
But what a wonderful horse.
The tales of the impossible have been rewritten.
And You'll Star is the first horse in Cup history to break the 4-minute barrier.
Miracles witnessed.
Lazarus has arisen.
That not even divine intervention could stop from striking twice.
Lazarus does it again. Get Nasser on the phone. He is in another orbit.
The Meadows hosted Queens and Kings.
Ambassador for Cup Day, Mr. Shane Warner.
And endured blows along the way. But there's nothing that can stop racing at Addington.
They come for the first time, and Vandervoort is the leader.
Now, mates from across the pond fancy a visit, and you can hardly blame them. Only this year, they're coming for our cup.
To the top, one of the Australian visitors.
The Aussies may have a race that stops the nation, but we've got a race that can't be stopped.
Over here, folks.
Because it's our day, our race, our cup.
What a thrilling race.
Yes, plenty to look forward to here in Christchurch as a part of New Zealand Cup Week. All three codes and all of that action will be right here on Trackside. As promised, the trials today out of the Addington Raceway, and the one with most eyes on it, or one of those, because there's a few of them that had some pretty tidy runners in them, was the last trial of the day. Formerly known as the Cup Trial. There weren't too many of our Cup horses going around in it. One of those was Beach Ball. The start has been the big worry for him. He did get it right. He paced away safely but slowly. Franco Marek away well enough. Chase a Dream began okay too. He eventually works to the lead at the 2,000 metres Chase a Dream and is always really in control of affairs. Pacing 3:19 overall, 56.1, 28.3. Franco Marek doing some really decent work late and to the eye, much superior to Beach Ball, who's only just scraped into the Cup. So Franco Marek definitely on the right path come Tuesday, and in behind them Dalton Shard as well, who stuck on all right in a fast sprint home. Let's hear from some of the connections with Greg.
Well, it's a bit of drama before you even got out there.
Yeah, had to get the old shoeing gear out and take shoe back on, but he just sort of seen one of the marquees out there and just ducked sideways a wee bit, but the shoe wasn't actually sprung, but I thought something wasn't quite right, so I just checked it, and yeah, he had pulled a couple of nails out. So
I'd be lucky they had you on hand to work your magic there, I suppose. What about the trial itself? What sort of feel did he give you?
Pretty good feel. We just took him quietly after he's had to put a shoe on a couple of times with him, and he got quite fired up a couple of times. So I just drove him pretty quiet and let him run home, just because I thought his heart rate would be up before we even got to the start. So he hit the line good. I got 27.75 and there's a real strong headwind out there now. So I'm picking by the time next week he'll be at his peak anyway, you know. So and we're going to have to be at this grade, but yeah, I was still very happy.
Wide front row draw, probably advantageous because he can hit his straps.
Yeah, he can really begin, you know, everything right, and you know he gets a nice time up to the tape. He can really step. So yeah, he was a little bit fired up today, but I think everything that happened might have just keyed him up. But he can really begin anyway.
Well, today, champion trotter Just Believe got to have his first look around the Addington Raceway. He wasn't knocked around by Greg Sugars. He stepped away nicely, set him behind a nice enough speed down the back. They're in the third quarter at a pretty decent fraction. That's Kai Valley Hotspur in front, who leads the trial. They went 58.4, 30.1 on the way home. Kai Valley Hotspur just started to labour the last 100. That's I Dream of Jeannie getting along the inside, and Just Believe just coasting to the line in the hands of Greg Sugars. Having a good look around the Addington Raceway. He'll be pretty happy with that without really being tested to the line. So great to see him. He's had his look around the Addington Raceway heading toward the Renwick Farms Dominion on Tuesday.
Greg, nice wee spin around Addington. How do you handle that?
Yeah, no, very well. You know, we know he's a very professional racehorse, and yeah, no, he didn't sort of take have any adversity to the track at all, and went away nice and safe, and seems to have come through it very well.
Gregor is pretty comfortable up the straight. It wasn't about winning the trial, but give us your thoughts on where he's at, and you know him so well when he travels and how well he's handled that.
Yeah, no, I think he was pretty much what we expected today. He probably needed that run really to top him off, and it's one thing about him when he's been in this situation, I know he'll take huge benefit from that run, which we'd sort of expected to. So, yeah, I'm very happy going into the Dominion.
Barrier 2, initial thoughts there?
Yeah, pretty good. Obviously wanted a front row draw, and I think he'll begin safe enough and quick enough to hold a very prominent forward spot early.
And we know he's adept at any distance, but he's such a great stayer. The 3,200 metres almost falls into his lap, unlike maybe some of his rivals.
Yeah, exactly right. No, he seems to be able to carve out pretty much the same sort of sectionals over the short distance as he does over the longer trips. So, there's not that many that can go with him when he's on song.
And he's come up with the plum barrier draw as well, Just Believe, off barrier number 2. So looking forward to that. Really disappointing to see Bet and Win having to draw the outside of the second row. But we hold faith in him trying to wear down the Australian champion. Well, he's an Australasian champion now, isn't he? Moving on to the next heat, and I think one of the most intriguing races on Cup Day is going to be the Woodland Stud 2-year-old Sire Stakes final, particularly with how the barrier draws have unfolded. Here's their trial today. It was a dawdle, an absolute dawdle. They've gone 235.6, a 206.4 mile rate. Captain Sampson in front, got the chocolates off his back. Marketplace wide, they're the big three. Big key is Captain Sampson draws 1 on Tuesday, got the chocolates draws 1 on the second row, and Marketplace has the outside gate. You'd have to say there was merit in all 3 of their trials, and I reckon it'll be one of the races of the day.
And got the chocolates, won it. Margin and neck over Captain.
Magic to see him in the flesh today here at Addington.
Yeah, it was, Greg. It's nice for him to come and have a look around. Had a good look around out there on the track too, which was really good. So will bode well for coming Tuesday.
Well, there's a fair bit to look at with all the marquees and the like. He led up. Look, overall time wasn't that fast, but that's not what it was about. And you had a great home stretch battle with Got the Chocolates and Marketplace.
Yeah, it was. It was nice to see them, the 3 of them, run up the straight, nice close together. And really looking forward to Tuesday.
How's he handled the travel? And you've handled it well, I know, but do you find yourself at Regan Todd's looking across at Marketplace and going, oh, there's a bloody opposition, look out?
I've settled in real well, and he's settled in really well and handled it very well. And looking over at Reg's ones, it's quite nice having both of them there, actually. Quite cool. So, yeah.
Nice wee blowout for him today.
It was just ideal, really, Greg. They didn't go, very good time, but he hit the line good and had a few gears left, so just ideal.
How far has he come? We talk about Moanga and the future for him, but this guy, you've just been working your way through it, getting him up to the level that he needs to, and boof, that was Blair Orange just giving you one on the way past.
He can do that, can't he?
Didn't he do it in style too, just nonchalant? Yeah, back to Marketplace.
Yeah, so it's just that I just like the way how he's gradually got better and better as the years gone on. He had a good 5-week spell after the Sapling Stakes win, and he's just gone strength to strength, really. So he's certainly exciting for us, that's for sure.
Initially, he appeared to be just a speed horse, but he's now got racetrack ability, and we saw that in the hardest legs.
Yeah, it's quite funny. Everyone sort of asked me, can he stay? But you're more hopeful than confident he can. But I think the Harness Millions, that just proved he's sort of, he doesn't have to be driven any special way. So that just gives us options too.
Do join us on Monday, 1:30 p.m. for our 90-minute Cup preview special. We'll have plenty of people along to get their insights and thoughts into what is set to be a cracking day on Tuesday. Thanks to Greg and the team for getting us all of the insights today from Addington. To you, happy punting. We'll see you on Monday for the preview show.